Well, hello everybody, it's Pat Jasmine Gonzalez. Welcome to my channel. It's Tuesday, January 18, 2022. I'm on my way to work. I was there was out of advice the parking of the apartment. Right now I'm heading to work. I'm running late. I had to put some pay time off, protected pay time off because I'm running late. I need to go to downtown Albany to the post office, so I'm going to try to do that early. And then I have to go to work, and I work until 10. Again, yesterday I worked until 10. I woke up late today, and it was, I don't know, like it's weird. I think the shift of my hours is just beginning to affect me. So usually when I work in the morning, I wake up at 9 o'clock, and then I go to my work and all that kind of stuff. So like right now it's like I have to live in reverse. So like if I try to do things before I go to work, it becomes difficult and it becomes tricky. And if I get distracted, I'm going to be late to work. But I have so very little time. And then I getting my breakfast ready, eating my breakfast, getting like, to me, waking up in the morning is not fun. When I wake up every day, it's just not fun. My body needs some time to readjust, to realize like, fuck, I just woke up from sleeping. And then I bet, I don't feel sore after work. I don't feel sore after going to a gym. I don't feel sore when I'm doing wrestling lately. I'm more sore in the morning than any time of the day. Like, it's weird to say this, but like, definitely I'm more sore when I wake up in the morning, and I need to stretch. I need to it takes me a while to get like, oh, I'm feeling fine now, I can go on with my day, and it sucks. If I'm in a rush, I know I'm going to be late, and it totally sucks. Yeah, and I don't know if that's something that is normal or if that's something that is part of the aging process, but like, it doesn't feel right for me. So I had to prepare breakfast. I prepare myself some breakfast. My breakfast, I like to have time to eat my breakfast. Sometimes I like to be rushed, but when I work in the mornings, like, I barely have time for that. So I wake up like right on the nick of time. It's enough time that I cannot spend too much time doing things. So I was doing that, and then like I decided to check jobs. I applied to one or two jobs, and I did a quick workout. And then out of a sudden, I was like, shit, I just finished eating my breakfast and all that kind of stuff. It's almost time to get ready to go to work, shower, and then I have to add the commute. So it's 30 minutes commute time for me. At least the minimum is 30 minutes that it takes me to get from where I live to my workplace. So I have to account for that too. So there goes the time that I need to get to work, And then I had a little bit of like 5 more minutes. So it's 35 minutes because I have to be there by a certain time. So I'll have enough time to walk to the time clock and to get my vest on that says Walmart, get my ID, and then clock in. So it's like, it's more than that. So that's so it's 30 minutes of my life that I do to get to work. Same thing, getting back from work to home, or if I need to go anywhere. It's just time that goes away, Just so I can get money. Time that is not compensated. Time that is just, you will not recover. So, to get ready for that. So, yeah, it is what it is. So I put an hour, protect the pay time off to cover myself because I know I'm going to be late at this point. And I really need to go to my post office to check if I got an email, especially to see if they already sent me my W-2, so that way I can get ready to start getting the documents ready to do my taxes this year. Again, like, New Year means that we have to file taxes this year again, so I usually have been doing my taxes every year, so it's a little bit easier for me to do that. I don't have to do an expense for that. And then I was watching some stuff on YouTube about inflation and all that kind of stuff. I feel like this inflation is not necessarily because of some supply demand issues. I think this inflation is mostly because corporations, they just want to break record profits, you know. Because if you increase the cost of something, like for example your cost of production increase because you increase wages, and if increase a little bit because of supply issues, but your profits are going to go down, and it's a numbers game, you know. I think corporations, they just like seeing always, oh, we broke record profits from last year, and we want to see that same thing the next year and all that kind of stuff. So it's a numbers game, and increasing prices is a way of getting more profits and balancing the equation, you know. Because let's put it, revenue or sales minus expenses, and expenses are everything that goes into, if you're manufacturing, everything that goes into making that product, paying payroll, etc., yada yada, you know, equals profit. So so it has to balance that equation. You want to increase the profit, so you may have to increase the prices, so that way balancing the expenses that are increasing, you know. But that doesn't help people, because then what happens is, like, people that have their wages increase, then they have to deal with the fact that things increase in price because people just want to make sure, even though companies are still making a profit, because they live in this and that, they have to show that they had record profits that were higher from the previous year, then they have to increase prices, and that just pretty much wipe out your wage increase, you know. We can continue playing this game, but at some point I'm pretty sure that we're going to say enough is enough, you know. So pretty much the way that I've been getting to feel is like, oh yeah, they increased my wages, but it's like, fudge, they just increase my wages only to reduce it again, pretty much, by increasing prices. So it's just, there's no win when you're in the bottom, you know. And it's frustrating, it's discouraging, honestly, and it's like, why are we playing this game? And true, there's people that have interest because they have invested in a company, they want to get their own cut. I get it. You know what? Maybe you should get a job instead of like depending on like capital gains and that, you know, or dividends, honestly. Like, seriously. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Last night I got to watch. I usually don't watch wrestling a lot because I'm busy and I like to watch other stuff. I like to watch superhero series. I like to watch anime. I like to watch different things on YouTube. You know, things that are fun to watch, like TV series. I like to watch things on Hulu. Like I've been watching what we're doing, The Shadows, and Run My Half, and Supernatural, and also been watching Angel, which is a vampire with a heart. That's one of my favorite shows. Angel is a very good show. And but I decided to watch wrestling. I feel like I needed to watch wrestling, so I decided to watch AEW Elevation, which is a dark show. You don't get to see. It's not like a an actual TV show like Raw or SmackDown. So I watched a little bit of AEW Elevation last night, and I enjoyed it. You know, it's different. It's usually like back in the day. It takes me back to when it was WWE had WWE Superstars, where they pretty much like have their big superstar that they're trying to push into a storyline, and they put them to wrestle somebody that is there to just make that specific superstar look good, you know. Yeah, what they call that, what we in the wrestling lingo, but we used to call the jobbers, you know. That's what it is. That's what that show is. Yeah, you sometimes get new people people that you don't know who they are, they make their debut again. But again, it's a way of them to make the other superstar look good. That's what that show is. It's not for the superstar that they invited to look good. It's for them to, yeah, they show that you exist in the wrestling world, but it's more to show, to put over the other superstar. You know, give them a win, so that way they have a win, and it's very similar to that. You know, so you know, like, oh, I know what this person can do. I know what they can do, and I know like which finisher is going to go over before they pit it against the main superstar. Now you have the TV shows in wrestling. Now you're pitting where you pit like bigger superstars against each other, you know, and you can create storylines that will develop into the pay-per-views or the big events, you know, because you also need that. But sometimes like the problem is like if you have them do matches on TV, then what's the point of having the big event where they are supposed to meet for the first time or whatever? So I feel like that is the thing with wrestling lately, that it's like very difficult to balance that equation, because if you're having them wrestle the person they're supposed to wrestle at the next event on TV, it removes a little bit of the drama that will happen in that event match, you know. With boxing, you don't do that. Like when you look at boxing or MMA, it's like you have the what's the word? You have the fighters. They train. You put them on weights and all that kind of stuff. But you don't do that kind of storyline that they do in wrestling. You know, you see the fight on the day of the event. So it's very different from wrestling. But wrestling is still entertaining. I still like watching wrestling, and I still love watching the storylines that they try to develop, you know. But there's only so much that you can do when you have the superstars already wrestling each other on the TV shows, you know, and they continue harassing each other, wrestling against each other. It can become boring and dull. That's a problem that I see, you know. So that's the only situation that I see, you know. And also there are the storylines that you create in wrestling. We can talk about the storylines that they do in wrestling, for example. I'm just going to mention a few. So you have if you have a tag team, and then you give them gold, and then they lose the gold, and then you can go into the partners that split. You know, that's what I'm calling that storyline. The partners that split, where one blames the other for them failing at retaining the belts or getting the belts again, you know. The partners that split. That's a storyline in wrestling. The partners that split. You can have the evil general corporate manager angle that almost every independent company in the whole world has done at one point or another. Oh, it's my company. I'm the general manager. It's overrated. It's overdone. Don't do it. You can have the invasion angle where like NWO comes or the new company comes, or a different company invades another company, you know. That's the NWO angle that happens in WCW back in the 90s. You can have the babyface turn heel angle, which we saw that it was very successful with Hulk Hogan, you know. So you need to have a good baby face to do that. You need to keep that person as a baby face, keep pushing them, give them make them like the best baby face that they can be. It doesn't work if you have a baby face in one show and then next show you have them as heel. It doesn't work that way. You need to build the superstars first, little by little. Like let people know who they are in different shows, you know, let them used to like, oh, they're the face, they're great, and then you can do the tour. That's how it works. Hulk Hogan, everybody knew Hulk Hogan in the vitamins and your prayers, yada yada. He's a good guy all the time, and yada yada. And out of a sudden, boom, turn heel. That was great. That was a great storyline. So babyface turn heel. We also see for example, another storyline that in wrestling is the mentor-student relationship, which doesn't happen very often, but I have seen. I like that one a lot because you can have a mentor, somebody that you train, and you can create an amazing storyline. You know, you introduce that person, you can have the mentor being the manager, and out of a sudden, boom, they betray each other and then ends up in a conflict. Like for example, Randy Orton when he decided to disband from Evolution, you know, and that is again, it's like very interesting storyline too. So, but the thing is like those storylines in the wrestling business, they get recycled all the time. So how can we create new storylines on this like when they get recycled all the time? Or we just have a certain limited number of storylines that we can use, you know? Maybe we can do like the novellas. Oh no, you defeated my brother, so I'm the twin brother of my twin brother that came to take vengeance on you. That would be so interesting. I don't know if I will watch that, but that would be so good. Like, oh, they did that, didn't they? Yes. Kane, the Undertaker telenovela. Oh, popular saying that the Undertaker killed their family, yada yada, in a fire, and his two brother was supposedly dead, and all of a sudden his brother came from the dead, and his name is Kane. That's how you create again. That's how you create a telenovela in wrestling. It's soapy, soap opera. Anyway. That's all I got for now. I'm here at the post office. I need to get some stuff at the post office and then I have to go to work. So please everybody stay safe, wear a mask. I'll see you at the next video blog. Bye bye.